Welcome to my free video series, How to Give Yourself Permission to Go for Your Big Dream. I'm Jen Sykes from Soul Fireflies, and I'm so excited to share this with you today. So my promise to you is that in this video series, I'm going to share with you how to truly believe that you can do you and still be there for your family. How to get clear on what you really want without getting stuck because you don't think you have enough time, money, energy, or experience to pull it all off. Or feeling guilty for wanting to do this for yourself when you have other obligations. Because today I'm going to talk about how to give yourself permission to go for your big dream. If you watch all of the videos, I'll give you my special bonus worksheet totally free called My Commitment to Myself. And I think you're really going to like it. It's kind of like a fun Mad Lib sort of thing. And you go through and fill in the blanks on the things that you anticipate running into as you go for your big dream so that you can be prepared to achieve it and overcome it. And so it's kind of a fun little certificate that you fill out and make that commitment to yourself. During this video series, I hope that you will give me your undivided attention. Please take a minute to put away your cell phone. If you're in Facebook, close out. No poking or pinging or whatevering at the moment, okay? Give yourself the opportunity to totally focus on what we're talking about here. Because if you're a woman who's been holding back from going for your big dream and you're serious about finally giving yourself permission to go for it, the next few videos may really have an impact on your life. So there I am. Again, I am Jen Sykes, and I'm going to share a little bit about my background with you just to get us started. So I actually have a Bachelor's of Science in Environmental Engineering. I went to the University of Florida. Go Gators. Yes, I am gator chomping here by my microphone. And I spent 17 years as a professional engineer in the water resources field before I really started listening to the little voice inside of me that wanted something more and something different. I loved engineering. I loved the people I worked with. I loved the work that I was doing. But I just felt like at this point in my life, I wanted to do something a little different, to walk a different path. And a little bit more about me. I am really into pet rescue. These are my dogs. And also, I am really into Star Wars. That's why my dogs' names are from left to right. We've got Leia, Mara Jade, Han Solo, and Mickey Yoda there. And just a reminder, please spay or neuter your pets. And when you have the opportunity to welcome a new best friend into your life, I hope you'll consider adopting from the shelter. And I love to travel and go to strange and unusual places. This is actually me on Loch Ness in Scotland, on a boat looking for the Loch Ness Monster. We didn't find Nessie that day, but it does rain there a lot. As you can see from some of the gorgeous green scenery in the background and from my umbrella. But the beauty of that meant that we actually got to see a couple rainbows over the loch, which was absolutely amazing to witness. So, you can't have rainbows without a little rain. And I am the youngest of 5 kids. That's my mom there in the middle. And I am the only girl. Some people, because I am so much younger than my brothers, might consider me an oopsie, but I like to think that I'm the long-awaited for a girl. And just a reminder that the things that happen in your life, it's all in how you frame it, right? So I struggled for years. I mentioned having that small voice in my head saying, start choosing a different path. I struggled for years to give myself permission to actually do that. And I finally did it, one little leap at a time. So today I'm going to share with you some of that process so that, hopefully if you're hearing that little voice, you can make a new decision for yourself as well. I want you to take a moment and imagine what your life will be like when you can stop feeling guilty for wanting to do this for yourself because you truly believe that you can do you and still be there for your family. I want you to imagine what it'd be like if you never have to worry about getting stuck because you don't think you have enough time, money, energy, or experience to pull it off. Again, I'm going to remind you, it's all in how you frame it, right? And imagine when you understand that repeatedly giving yourself permission to take little leaps is the key to finally going for your big dream. And what will your life be like when you remember to keep it simple, Sparky, to start building real momentum on your new journey? Will that make a difference for you and your family? I want to share with you a couple results from the techniques that I'm going to teach with you or share with you today. One of the ladies that I was helping with actually rediscovered her love for painting. She hadn't done it since high school, and once she started doing it again, she remembered how much she loved it. And it's I in a bit of a challenging situation, because some people say, well, are you talking about like starting your own business, or is that like the main goal? And no, not necessarily. We all have big dreams, and they come in all different shapes and sizes and forms, right? So rediscovering that joy of painting is definitely a big dream, and it's something special. And so not starting a new business, but also the techniques that I'm going to be talking about helped one lady realize that, and she realizing giving herself permission to go to a different job. She was in a good job, and from all outside appearances, it was a good job, but she just wasn't happy. She wanted something different. And so, talking to her helped her realize that, it is okay, even though the situation you're in may not be bad by whatever definition you want to use of that word. It is okay to make a different choice for yourself and give yourself that permission. And then another lady that I've helped along the way here is what really we worked on with her is just redefining what success means to her. And it wasn't what she originally thought. And once she came up with her new definition of success, it was a much more meaningful and specific and unique to her definition. And so that's all part of that big dream concept, right? It's we all have different dreams, and so it's figuring out what that is for you. Now, these results that I'm talking about are not typical. I'm going to walk you through the basics of the core approach that I'm using to get these results, but please understand that they're not typical, because the average person who watches any video training actually gets 0 results. And why do you think that is? And maybe you've done this before. I know I certainly had. You watch the video, you get excited, you get inspired, you're going to go do that thing, and then the next day comes and you don't do anything. And it's up to you. The inspiration may be there, but if the follow through is not, you're not going to get there. And however, I am happy to share with you for free exactly what's working for me and my clients. And I just want to give a disclaimer here. This approach that I'm going to be talking about is not for the type of person who gets a new idea and immediately jumps off the cliff without hesitation, diving deep into that new idea. If you're that person, good on you. You probably don't need me anyway. This is for the percolators like me who move at their own speed. So here's what we're going to cover during this video series. Secret number 1, which is going to be a little bit later in this video, is going for your dream is a journey that requires you to take one small step after another. That's secret number 1. Secret number 2, which will be in video number 2, is you are able to show up in a bigger way for your family when you show up in a bigger way for yourself. Secret number 3, it doesn't take as much time and money as you think when you're focused. And secret number 4, you have to give yourself permission. So we're going to go straight into secret number 1, which is all about why you've got to keep it simple, Sparky, if you want to build any real momentum towards your big dream. Most women who are holding themselves back think that the best and only approach is to dive completely in, which is overwhelming, right? It's hard to get going when you think that you have to dive in wholeheartedly from the very start. Actually, going for your dream is a journey that requires you to take one small step after another. It's more about consistency and taking little leaps. So what do I mean? When I first started having that voice in my head saying, I think you ought to try something different, I went into full sponge mode, okay? And what I mean by that is that I was reading any blog post I could about remote lifestyle and being a digital nomad and starting your own business and Etsy and everything I could get my hands on. And with the internet, that's not hard. I mean, there's like a limitless amount of things you can get your hands on. So with blog posts and Facebook posts and podcasts and listening to podcast after podcast about all these amazing people and all the amazing things they were doing. And I got really discouraged. I felt very separated from that. And so one day I was listening to yet another podcast, and I had this voice, which I have described as this little voice in my head. Well, on this day, it wasn't so little, and it was perfectly clear, and it was almost like somebody was standing right next to me, whispering it in my ear loudly, a loud whisper, okay? And so this is exactly what I heard. I heard, because I said, man, listening to all these people, if only I could catch lightning in a bottle, then I would be set. I could be like them. I could be happy. And the voice said, no, you don't have to catch lightning in a bottle. All you have to do is collect fireflies in a jar to shine your light your way. And so what that means is that it doesn't have to be this huge leap off the cliff at the very beginning to get anywhere. It's a matter of, and this is again my perspective, that collecting small sparks and filling your jar with that collection of small sparks to light your way as you continue to walk forward. And so that's what I really want you to encourage you to do today, is think about what is that next small spark, that next little leap, that next baby step that's going to get you closer to your dream. Think of that small thing and do it. I mean, go do it right now. What's the point in waiting? Now you're inspired, so you have to go and take action, or else you're not going to go anywhere. You got to keep it simple, Sparky. That's my variation on the KISS method that we all know and hopefully love. And I just throw it in the Sparky bit about it because it's all about collecting those soul fireflies and collecting those sparks, or as I like to say, seize the spark one at a time, just to light your journey, and just collect them. Just keep moving, keep consistently collecting and seizing those sparks. So that was secret 1. And in the next video, I'm going to share with you secret number 2, where I'll discuss how to do you while still being there for your family and responsibilities. I hope you'll stay tuned and check out the next video. Bye.